Greetings to you all. Welcome in. Welcome to Everything Money. Often imitated, never ever duplicated. Let's do it. Everybody wants to be like Mike, but they can't be like Mike. That's pretty much what it comes down to when you're here. Welcome in. So this is a story that I want everybody that is a part of our software to go and look at. This one right here. And guys, smash the like button. But I want you to go and go to everythingmoney.com, go to recent news, third one down, and it has Mohamed El-Erian talking about the market right now. Bond and equity markets are showing a big split right now. This is one of my favorite economists out there, Mohamed El-Erian. He used to run, he's working at Aliens, but he used to run PIMCO, which is the biggest bond fund out there. And he is very good at, and he knows what he's talking about. So head over to the website after the show and go and look at that. And we'll go from there. Futures are up a tick right now. There's there's not a lot of news out there, but there's a lot of big news out there. So we're going to check it out and see what's going on. Let's see what we got going on for today. So I was looking at Peloton this morning. Peloton's down even more. Hey, it just keeps falling. I'll tell you a number that I think it's going to fall to, but we will see. So let's start with this morning and the travel boom that is about to ensue. So Seth got his Tesla over the weekend, and I think Seth stole your car. It's amazing. I think Seth placed an order for his Tesla a month ago, maybe. I placed mine like back in February, and I still don't have it, but I can't wait to see this thing tomorrow. So today, the U.S. has lifted its ban of 33 countries, and the ban was due to COVID. So the ban is up. It lasted 19 months. It was international travelers will now, from those 33 countries, will now have to show proof of vaccination and negative tests. So that's that. But more importantly, Airbnb, hotels, I mean, we're already looking at this. Within 1 week of the announcement, we saw a 44% spike in nights booked for stays, crossing borders, coming into the United States on Airbnb stays for November 9th and later. So traveling is picking up. Uber and Lyft are expecting to see a big bump that's coming up. Let's see here. Say hello to our... This is a good ending to the story. So hello to our overseas friends. It has been a while, but expect not to find what you want at Macy's Herald Square due to the supply chain bottlenecks. What a great ending to the article. All right, let's see. Taper. Let's go to Peloton. So this is very interesting. Guys, look at this dynamic between these two companies. Peloton and Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is just your quote unquote gym. Peloton is your home gym thing. And so Peloton, so look at these charts that have just been going on with these incredible spikes that have, I mean, it's just nuts. But here we go. People seem to prefer to be going out to a gym instead of staying home to use their fitness equipment. Planet Fitness stock has shot up 15.9% in 2 days because they're expecting, they had big numbers come in. They're expecting bigger numbers for the future. Peloton, it's been getting beat down, and it's even down more, 5% today. What's the difference? Okay, so when you look at what Peloton stock did, from the end of 2019, basically the beginning of COVID, not really, but kind of, Peloton stock went up about 350%. So we had this fall, and the fall fell to just below this support level here, and that's where it was last week. Now I can see, now we're kind of in la la land right here in this area. What I see now is coming to possibly this level, which is about $50, or coming down here, which is about $45, or coming down here, which is 38, mid 30s. So I think this mid 30s number could happen, but we are kind of in this la la land right now, and this is where I don't see any support. So we've broken through the support line. Next support line's down here about $35 or $38, something like that. So we're gonna see, guys. All right, let's go to the next story. The taper. Why taper is good for the history of the stock market. So if we start looking and just digging in here, this is a lot of numbers. What's next for stocks? If history of the taper, and there's not much longer, 60 years of history. There's 60 years of history to base this off of. After Ben Bernanke made his comments back in 2013, it drove stocks down about 6%. And then they were up about 17.5% for that year. So basically what this article is saying is when you start getting into what happens with the taper, things get smoked quickly, and then they fall back. But now the difference now, Ben Bernanke, when he did that, it was a kind of a knee-jerk, unexpected reaction. With everything that we've seen from the Fed, it has been very calculated. It's been very communicated. Everyone has been expecting it. So I don't really think that we're going to get the quote-unquote same taper tantrum that happened back in 2013, but we'll see. Where was this? In 60 instances since World War II, when stocks experienced a pullback, the market continued to rise in the next calendar month and did an average of 3.3%, and that was and it was higher 92% of the time. So we're going to see what happens this next month. The big thing that we're going to talk about, especially later in the week, is inflation. What's going to happen with inflation? What's going to happen with who's going to be elected the Fed president? And we're going to go to that story right here. So the president met with Jerome Powell and Lael Brainerd, and he is set to be making a nomination pick soon. I think it's going to be Jerome Powell, because Jerome Powell has done everything asked of him. The only thing that has been the true hiccup has been what happened with a couple of his Fed presidents back in February, and it wasn't illegal what they did. It was frowned upon, and they fixed the issue. So got rid of them. They made new rules. They have acted very quickly. So I personally think that it's going to be Jerome Powell again. Brainerd is widely considered the top candidate for open vice chair for her if she's not picked as chair. And what is this? Yeah. And Jerome Powell has just been so helpful I shouldn't say that. He's been doing exactly what everybody wants him to do, including the president. So Yeah, I don't know. All right, let's get to the Tesla story. Tesla shares sink as Twitter users back Musk's 10% stock sale. So, and guys, smash the like button. Elon Musk tweeted out and said, much is made of lately of unrealized gains being taxed. So I propose selling 10% of my stock. And he took a Twitter poll. And the majority of people have voted to let him sell his 10% of shares. So I don't know if he's going to do it. I would assume he is. But I thought it was quite funny. The good news is, for you hype dorks out there, 10% of Elon's shares are a lot, so you'll have a lot more shares to buy. So I think that this is wonderful. This is a win-win for everybody. Win-win for everybody. So that is what he's going to do. And remember, he said, note, I do not take a cash salary or bonus from anywhere. I only have stock. Thus, this is the only way for me to pay my taxes personally is to sell the stock. So I guess he's going to sell 10%. We're going to see if this actually happens. And if that actually happened, that would be pretty awesome. And I guess Tesla's down 6% in pre-market trading. But hey, go buy the dip. Gold hits 2-month peak after investors cheer dovish central bank stance. So this is an interesting one. Gold has hovered near a 2-month high on Monday. Investors held on to the view that the central banks would keep their interest rates low for the time being, with the focus turning to the inflation data later this week. I think it's on Wednesday. I could be wrong. Might be Thursday. Inflation data maybe it's tomorrow. Inflation data will have to be markedly above expectation. So I have been here. I mean, if it comes in around 6%, that's going to be really big. That is a big number. So we're going to have to see what comes of that. But if it's not anything out of the ordinary, I think the last one was 4.6%, if I'm remembering correctly off the top of my head. But this person, IG market analyst Kyle Rhoda, said that he could see gold rally driving to $1,900 an ounce sometime this year, and then trend lower in the long term. I don't know. I think, in my personal opinion, gold is going to be up in the long term, and that's all we need to know about that. Look at that 10-year. It's dipping. Everybody's really liking what the Fed is doing. Reporting this today after the bell, PayPal, so be aware of that one. I know a lot of you are in PayPal. What else do we have? DDD, I know a lot of you are in that. AMC, you hype dorks, you get your moment of glory today. Too bad it's not the morning, because then you can call it morning glory. Neo, Palantir tomorrow, Ocugen. Oh my gosh, Ocugen. You hype dorks are gonna. Oh my god, look at tomorrow, guys. Look at tomorrow. Neo, Palantir, Ocugen, Workhorse, Cannabis something, Inovio, Gold, Coinbase. Oh my gosh, this is like a hype dork's dream tomorrow. Disney Wednesday, Beyond Meat Wednesday, SoFi Wednesday, Tattooed Chef. Oh my god, I don't even know. You guys, don't get too excited, hype dorks. It is going to be a crazy week for you. I know how excited you can get, and all I have to say to you is buy the dip. If you want to join our software, $29 a month gets you access to that. You get all of this. Let me go back and just show you what y'all get. You get 8 pillars, the 8 pillar software that we show, retirement calculator, stock analyzer tool, 8 pillars portfolio. You can basically build your own ETF, exclusive content. We are already putting that out on Discord. We're putting out 2 videos a day. And then all of this other stuff is coming in the future. And guys, go watch this video about Mohamed El-Arian. This is going to default you to a YouTube page. So if you join the software, you get all of that for $29 a month. Plus, you get this Discord community of 7,000 people. If you want to jump into the Bid and Ask Nation with me, it's a lot of trading. It's a lot more exclusive group. $79 a month gets you into that tier. And you can come and trade with me to your heart's desire if you're interested in day trading, long-term trading, swing trading, crypto trading, hype dork trading, disruptive trading. Do whatever you like. And if you want to do a one-on-one trading session with me or talk about options, whatever you guys want to talk about for an hour, $750 gets you that. If you want to work with Paul on a real estate deal, $10,000 for 4 hours of his time. And if you're doing a deal like this in this market, especially your first deal or an expensive deal, that's the place to do it. So, all right, let's see what we got on the docket today. I already did Peloton a little bit. We'll do it later. I bought AMC at $35 knowing it would boost today, selling it today. Did it boost today? Where's AMC? Let me do a refresh here. AMCZ. Oh yeah, it did boost a little bit. Maybe $1. Nice. Good job. All right. DBX, Dropbox, one of my favorite storage platforms out there. Not. All right. Okay. So was this on Friday, I assume? Yeah, this was Friday. Friday they got beat down badly. But they reported good earnings, so the green means good. So what I would do is watch this. You're going to open the morning just below the 200-day moving average. If you get an engulfing candlestick like that today with good volume, maybe up here around kind of the average, I would go ahead and add to a short on this, because if you break through this level today, this is a consolidation support level. If you get down here, you're going to come below 26 and possibly below 25. So that's what I would do here. This is looking really good. Keep a watch on this thing short. Just make sure it's setting up nicely for you. How about Tesla because of the news? You got it. Let's see what Tesla's doing. Oh boy. All right. So I remember saying, what did I say here? Where's the line? So the line is here. Oh, okay. It actually dipped below what I thought it was going to dip to. But I did say, I remember saying I can see this going back to 1020. This thing can for sure go back to 1020. I did not think that it was going to fall below this W. So it is going to fall below the W. Its next support level is at 1020. So still above $1,000 for you hype dorks. Unfortunately for you, it needs to fill the gap. So maybe it'll come back below 920. But don't forget, the broke bankrupt company is going to be buying 100,000 vehicles from Tesla. So the company that can't produce cars. So you really have some real disruption going on. A company with no money is going to buy from a car company that can't make cars. So that is your definition of disruption right there. All right. What else do we have? Baba, I saw Color Scream asked for Baba, the daily Baba. Yep, this thing is just rolling right over, and you can see we've created a head and shoulders pattern. So what I expect to see is, here's your head, here's your shoulders. I expect to see a little bit of a bump in the next couple days and then fall right back down here. So this is your typical head and shoulders pattern. So you have, here we go, head right here, shoulder, makes a little bit of a run, falls back down. This is what I expect to happen. Exactly what I drew just here. So get ready to short this thing, get your oven mitts ready. Yeti. I don't think I've done Yeti on this show before. Wow, speaking of flagpole pattern. Holy moly. All right, so with Yeti, I fully expect this thing to pull back down probably into here, this 95 area, because this is crazy. Yeah, I mean, if you're getting up here, I assume this is all-time highs. I can't imagine it's not. Yeah, so I would begin taking profits up here. You saw on Friday that you had this candle with wicks on both sides. That means steam is running out, guys. So you have earnings coming up. Be cautious. You're rolling over here on the stochastic. Most importantly, though, right here, you got that weird-looking candle on Friday. I would bump out of that thing, move on. That's just my opinion. But what do I know? Vale. Vale. All right, let's see here. Let's go to a candlestick. This is an interesting short. And the reason I'm zooming out like this is I just want to drag in here and see where I'm getting different support levels. So I'm getting support here and in here. So whatever this level is, let's see if I can draw a straight line. Maybe 30 more cents, that's your support. If you break below that, I could see you coming down to the $7 range. And this is just totally out of control. So if you rode this thing all the way up and rode this thing all the way down, good for you. You are just a stud muffin. Next, Baidu. I'm assuming this is going to look exactly like whatever I just did. What did I just do? The other Chinese company, Alibaba. Head, shoulder. I expect to come up here and fall right back down here. And remember, they have earnings coming up soon. So that is what I expect to see on Baidu. I guarantee if I pull up any other Chinese company, they're going to look exactly the same as what I just said. Next, BMY. So what is BMY doing? The nice thing about BMY is the way that they came down, there was not a lot of up and down in there. It was just pretty much straight down. So there's not a lot of resistance points in there. So if this thing really gets moving, there's not going to be a lot of areas that are going to hold you up except for the moving averages. That's really it. You don't have to worry about pricing of resistance point. So what I would do is throw this on a 15-minute, I'm sorry, throw a tracker share on here and grab this long as soon as it breaks into the sweet spot. That's exactly what I would do. Somebody tag me in the Discord and write Bristol Myers long. Karyopharm. I have never done Karyopharm on here. I know the Karyopharm guys well. All right. Let's see here. Line. So with Karyopharm, I fully expect this thing to, I'm sure this is totally reactionary on something. I fully expect this thing to come back down to $6. KPTI, oh my goodness. Look at KPTI. This was, yeah, look at them. This is 2014. They were $47 a share. Then it came into March of 2020. They hit a high of what? It doesn't matter. Somewhere in this $27.50, $28. Now they're $8. And I really think they're going to come back down to $7. So, they have I probably should, I just won't talk about it. But anyways, Boeing. Oh, Boeing got a little bump today, huh? I mean, yeah, Friday and today. What happened to them? So with Boeing, you had incredible volume coming in. You popped up and you actually closed over the 100-day moving average. And today you're you're going to open up over the 100. So what would I do here? I would wait. See if you can get an engulfing candlestick like such and break out and move to the top side. You're going to face resistance at the 200-day moving average. And remember, guys, this is a 50%er. So you are sitting, here's your high. Let's see if we can get some lines here. Here's your high. Here's your low. Here's your middle ground. You're stuck right at it. It has popped twice over that resistance point. So guys, be careful. It's going to have a very difficult time breaking through 240. Very difficult time breaking through 240. And it has been shown for almost 18, 20 months, 24 months, whatever it is. It is really, really struggles to break out there. All right. OMC. I will do that one. OMC. So OMC is certainly a downtrend. This is an example of a 50% stock that fell, tried to break through, and then finally broke through. And that makes sense because they're in advertising, and advertising when it was beat down during COVID, and then it just went ripping when everybody needed to advertise. So here we go. I would take a look at this from a swing trading perspective, and I would grab this thing as soon as it moves into the sweet spot and run this up to about the 50-day moving average. So somebody please tell me to throw this on a tracker share or something, or just at least put it on my watch list, and we'll go from there. CPRI, you got it, Miri. CPRI. Oh boy, what do we got here? All right. Oh boy. Okay, so this, guys, anytime I see a big jump like that, I pull up a line chart because I think this thing is going to come right back down to 60 or 55. You don't get movement like this without getting movement like this. When you start moving up, you need to create W formations. Like this is how you need to make the climb. This is how you need to make the climb, just like that. Perfect. Because when you get pullbacks, they stop and they go up and they stop. When you get something that goes up straight like this, it's going to come down straight like this because it's still going to make a W. It's just not going to make a good one for you. So keep watching that one. But Miri, relax with that one. Roku, biggest disruptor out there. So Roku, I think, it's just building up some energy right here. These are the jets, and then all of a sudden, it's just going to go to the moon. That's what's going to happen. It's just building up some rocket fuel right now, refueling for the disruption. So what they're doing, very, very weak resistance point here. I could see them falling down to this 240 level, especially because they're below all four major moving. 220 level because they're below all four major moving averages. There's not a lot of support in there. So big downtrend that they're experiencing right now. If you get an engulfing candlestick today to the downside, I would go ahead and short that thing because that thing is looking very weak, very, very weak. PHM, Pulte. What do we have with Pulte? So Pulte has to fill a gap. This gap is definitely going to fill. Now, to fill that gap, you will need to get through these two major moving averages, and you're going to need volume. Your volume is pretty inconsistent, I'm going to say that. But what you have going for you right now is you have a nice uptrend. You do have buying volume coming in the last couple of days. Whoever asked me this question, good stock. Good. You found a really good pattern. I would keep following this one. PHM looks good from actually both perspectives right now. So maybe somebody tag me in that one too. Kroger. Kroger's looking very good from a long-term perspective. Now, I don't really have anything to say about it except for it's opening the day down here. The only way I'm going to say that you can add to Kroger is if you do something like this and make an engulfing candlestick and break out over these previous highs, because they are creating their own resistance. For whatever reason, they can't break through just below 44 bucks. So they're going to need something where they get going like this. And if they make an engulfing candlestick, I think you could probably add to it. At that point, I think you'll probably be in the sweet spot. Intel, oops, the disruption bell just disrupted me. All right, Intel, 2 gaps to fill. What's the 2 gaps? Oh, geez. Well, focus on one first. So you've had declining volume except for Friday. You bumped up today. Listen, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to call the Spectrum people and say, stop. This is the second time this has happened. Because they're doing work across the street and they must be hitting our line or something like that, and it's driving me freaking crazy. Let's see here. So, anyways, with Peloton, let me do Peloton one more time. So with Peloton, you're not in a good area. I think support is going to probably be at this $45 level, because right here there is no support. We're going to have to move to the top side. Now, the thing that Peloton has going for them is everybody loves them. They're a cult. It's a cult mentality for sure. So they're going to have to rely on the cult. The bad thing that Peloton goes for them is they're an expensive product, man. So if people are going back to gyms and paying for a gym membership, not only are you going to have to go and buy the product, which is, I'm going to guess, $1,500 to $4,500, I think is the Tread Plus, when the Tread Plus comes back. But you also have to pay like $44 a month for a membership. So you're going to have to pay for basically a Peloton membership, a gym membership, hardware. I mean, it's a lot, guys. It's a lot, and we're struggling. I struggle to see what's going to happen with Peloton. It's an interesting way out there. All right, Snap. Why don't we do Snap? Snap. Okay, let's see here. Refresh here. Snap. All right, so man, they have been beaten down. So I remember, they had that big earnings crush. With them, guys, pay attention over here. It looks like you're starting to move in this uptrend, and you can certainly swing trade this. I mean, this is a big gap to fill. The issue you're going to have here filling this gap is you got to get through 4 major moving averages. That's a very, very hard gap to get through. So be careful with that one. And that's what you got. TX. What's TX? TX. So TX is Ternium. I don't know what that is. I'm zooming out just to see if I can get some kind of resistance point, guys. Support level, and we do have one. So we're kind of sitting at that support level. The market is now open. I'm going to stick around for about 5 more minutes just because we kept cutting in and out. So just keep sending me your stocks, and we'll keep running through them, or comments, or whatever you want to say. And smash the like button while you're at it, please. Okay. I would pay attention from this perspective. See if you can get rolled over into a swing trade and move up and break through the 200-day moving average and start making a move. That's what I would do. I don't think I would do anything from a long-term trading perspective unless you want to short it, but I think you're going to have a lot of volatility going on in here. Why don't we look at the Caterpillar? People are talking about that one. Hell yes. So we broke above the 200-day moving average. This is great. We're in the sweet spot. Everything is looking really good on Caterpillar. Me gusta. What do we have here? I froze at Intel. Okay, I'll do Intel again. Boring, but I'll do it again. They have a gap to fill. I don't know. I wouldn't trade it from over here. I would just try to See if you can make a run on this thing to try to break through, but up to the 50, just below $55. The issue you're going to have, I'm telling you, is volume going through those major moving averages. So Disney, how about Discovery? I don't know about Discovery. Walt Disney, the biggest mind teaser stock I have ever seen during COVID. Eliminate 40 to 45% of their revenue from parks, stock price goes to an all-time high. Sounds good. So they report earnings relatively soon. I think it's Thursday. So what I would do with this week is swing trade it. And if you don't swing trade it, don't touch it. That's what I would do. AT&T, why don't we see what we got? So T is still struggling. I can't really do anything with T. Moderna, I know they've been in the news. Oh my goodness gracious. So here's what happens with Moderna. Moderna was the greatest thing since sliced bread because they were going to solve all the problems of the world. So they just went straight up like this, created some W formations, and then they fell straight down. But when they did this one right here, I said, guys, this thing is going to fall right back down because this is not a W. And it fell right, it fell about the majority of the way, and now it's fallen even more. So, guys, I don't know. I mean, with Moderna, you're going to have to, thank you, Seth. You're going to have to be very careful with Moderna. It's a tough one. It's a very polarizing stock at this moment in time, so let everything calm down and then roll on from there. HRB is engulfing. HRB. Okay, H&R Block. Why don't we just check out a line chart real quick because I see, yeah, here's again what we have. We have, guys, these flagpole patterns are not going to work, especially going into moving averages. As soon as this thing pulls back and hits the 50, but especially the 100, quant funds are going to start selling this thing like crazy, and it's going to fall right back down. I'm telling you guys, this thing is going to fall back down here to $23. It's just going to happen. So if you're up in this area, I'd consider taking profits. That's just my opinion. U, it's all about the U. Unity Software. Never heard of it. What the F R? So it's looking pretty decent. When do you have earnings? It sounds November 9th. So you report earnings tomorrow. You know, be out of this thing by the time they report earnings and go from there. RCL, we have not done a cruise line in a while, right? Okay, so 50%er. All cruises are 50%er. So you have your high, you have your low, and then you have your middle ground right here. So right now, you see they've tried to break through that middle ground and fallen back down. Tried again, fallen back down. Tried again a couple weeks, in the summer, did it again. And right now they're trying one more time. So I expect, unless something crazy is announced from cruise lines, this is going to fall right back down here. I just have a feeling that's going to happen, unfortunately. So that's that. All right, Airbnb. Why don't we look at Airbnb? Because the CEO went on BN. Wait, what is it? What's the ticker? ARBN or something? ANBR. What's the Airbnb ticker? There it was. ABNB. There we go. All right. The CEO went on, I think, CNBC and was talking about how their growth is going to be crazy. So jump on this one. Go in 15-minute trade this one. I don't think I would even look at it because you're going to get a flagpole pattern. It's going to pull right back down. You're going to come back down here to this 180 level. So just be cautious with that one. I would go and day trade it on the crazy news of the travel ban. Ebix. So Ebix is for sure a 50% stock. Here's your high. Here's your low, the middle ground, and it can't break through. It's looking really good. But I fear that it's going to sputter out right here and just start falling down in price. That's what I think is going to happen. INVA. Let's see what we got here with INVA. INVA. This looks pretty good. Now, is it all-time highs? No. Okay. Interesting. Now, they reported earnings when? Or when did they? They reported already. Interesting. Okay. So if you're in this, keep rolling with it. If you're not in this, I wouldn't get into this because you're in the overbought area. It's kind of a very, very, very random volume. Yeah, guys, just please day trade this one. If you're in this, at some point, consider taking profits and roll from there. RTX, Raytheon Technology. I think they do defense. So they were 50% stock. They finished. So notice that you're going to have resistance here at 93.33. That's the high. You're just going to have it. You got to face it. You're going to have to get a lot of volume coming in, which you have a lot of selling volume lately. That's the issue. So I think that the price is getting to the all-time high, and then people are just getting out of there and starting to exit their shares. Stitch Fix. Okay, somebody, God, what is wrong with people? Can you, excuse me, can I just make an announcement here? Do you think that I'm blind? Do you think that I do everything that I do in my daily life because I'm blind? You don't need to type the same stock 14,000 times, especially a stock like NEO that nobody cares about, 14,000 times for me to see it. I see it. I'm not blind. I'm just ignoring you because you're obnoxious. That's my dissertation for the day. Okay, so Stitch Fix, you're sitting at a very nice support level. So what I would, and I love that you're on the bottom here. So I would throw a tracker share on this. Watch it just start creeping up on you. And if it starts creeping on you, you have a great run that you can make on this thing. Now you're going to face support at 45, 55, 65. But I think that you have a really good trade here. But what's it all going to come down to, guys? It's all going to come down to volume. That's what's going to happen. So, all right. What else do we have? XOM. Why don't we hit XOM real quick? XOM. So XOM has proved that it can break that 50% level. Now, guys, please watch these oil stocks going into the winter months, because it's going to get cold. Everything's going to get cold, and oil is going to be a big thing here. So let's see. You're at a resistance point right now. If you can make an engulfing candlestick, well, I'll just draw on today's candle because we're there. If we can break out like this today, I would have no problem with you getting in and adding to that. But please use stops. I would probably put a stop around 65, 50, something like that, just because I don't want this thing to pull back down and and smoke you. That's the problem. DPZ. What time is it? All right, I'll stick around for 2 more minutes. Let's see here. Oh, whoa. Domino's. Okay, so Domino's here. This is a great teaching point. So it broke through the 200-day moving average 100-day moving average on Thursday. Same thing on Friday. And then today, it fell right back down. So it's struggling to break through its 100-day. And if you look down here, you are barely touching average volume. Except for on Thursday, you're not touching average volume. That is not going to get you through a 100-day moving average. You need to have multiple days of more than average volume to break through. This is exactly what we need to do here, but this is a great teaching moment of how important breaking through moving averages are. And when I say, so this is what I would have loved to see, and let me draw some black on here. Okay, let me black out. So I'm going to black out Friday and Monday. Well, Friday and today. And I'm going to draw on there. So what I would have liked to see on Friday, after you got this big engulfing candlestick like this, I would have liked to see another one like that. That would have given me confidence to go and buy that stock. But getting what we did this next day of falling right back down towards the 100, don't like that, especially today, back towards the 100. Nope. That is how important they are. What else do we have? John Deere, random. Isn't the John Deere's public, right? Yep, DE, Deere and Company, that's right. Okay, so they're getting a little move. The issue I have here, low volume, moving through moving averages. Let's see if they can hold above these major moving averages, because they're right above the 100 and 200 right on top of each other. So got to be careful with that. One more stock I will do, Corsair. I don't really want to do that one, but maybe I will. ATVI, that is one I will do because they are getting turned up and burnt up. So they are sitting very comfortably at this very nice resistance support level. You know, I don't think they're going to fall anymore, but you got to be patient on both charts before you make any kind of move. But I do think this gap will fill. I would probably start paying attention over here on the swing trading side, let it move into the sweet spot, and start to make that move to the top side. And I think that is exactly what you will get with that. if Lucid is flying today, go and day trade it. That's all I got to say about that. All right, guys, that's it for today. I'll see you back here in 23, I would say in a half hours, but you'll see me in 10 more minutes or closer to that. So lucky you. You guys have a wonderful day. See ya. Thank you.